So having like filming lights, really cool. Love that because, it picks up everything and it's super, whatever. But also it picks up everything and it's super whatever. And I was actually editing a video a couple days ago and I had this big white thing like right here in my hair and I had to zoom in real big to figure out what it was. And it was my scalp. And I called, Mr. Soap and Clay and I'm like, what the shit is this? Am I losing hair? And he's like, no, I think you just need to get more sun. And, fair point. I need to get more sun. I'm trying, but I live in the Pacific Northwest. And so sun is sometimes hard to come by. And, there's that. But lights, camera, still weird if I'm being honest. But I do the action thing every day regardless. Has nothing to do with the bar that we're doing today. But, when does it ever? I'm going to tell you about the bar that we're doing today, and it's awesome in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things. And you are here for day 59 of 365 days of soap. And we are finishing up the soaps for the Marvel-inspired line today. Yeah, we're there. 10 soaps, 20 characters. It's been a long, awesome journey. And we are finishing with my favorite pour that I did for the Marvel-inspired line. We are doing Tachuri. So T'Challa and Shuri, Black Panther. Yes, the Black Panther series is definitely, that arc is my most favorite in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Love them so much. I love T'Challa. I love Shuri. She's so badass. She's so smart, like so smart. And she's also just this amazing. And, I loved them. Like that was just when at the end of Endgame or whatever, and like the time things are opening up, and all of the Black Panther, they cut. It was amazing. Yes, I love them, and I wanted to do something really special and awesome for their bar. So I decided, because the Black Panther's costume, we should stop calling it costumes. And by we, I mean me, because I'm the only one who continues to do this. But he's dressed in all black, right? So I wanted to incorporate that. But then also Shuri, she had this scene where she had this really cool orange dress on, and I was in love with it. And so I wanted to put that in. But in order to pair them both together, I wanted to do the necklace that actually becomes Black Panther's suit, right? In the bar as well. So that's what we're working with today. And, we're going to get out the dividers and do all the things in order to make that so. So, let's go to the video and check it out because I really love it and I hope you love it too. Oh, I am so excited about this one. Oh my God, you have no idea. So we are doing mahogany coconut for T'Challa, right? It's such a sexy smell. So, so, so sexy. It's so good. And sun shower for Shuri. And the 2 scents together, we actually tested that on the live. They're really, really delightful together. And so I'm very, very excited to work with both of these together in the same soap. Now, again, everything from Flaming Candle for this test with the Marvel-inspired line. I have never worked with Flaming Candle before, and I've been playing with them for this series as well as the Soapprentice, and so far so good. I mean, we had some weird ricing that went along with the nebula version of the Nebora bar from the Juniper, right? Yeah, that's totally what that was. But aside from that, everything's been pretty great, and the scent retention has been amazing, and I've been just overall pleased, just across the board, for sure. And this is the very last soap that we are releasing for the Marvel-inspired line, the Tachuri, the sibling mashup, right? With T'Challa and Shuri, Black Panther, and his kick-ass genius sister, who I really wanted to be the new Black Panther, right? Because the original Black Panther actor died, and it was just the saddest thing ever because he was so amazing. And I wanted, when I found out that they were going to continue the series, I wanted the sister to be the new Black Panther. And apparently it's not. Apparently the stepbrother or the cousin, you remember, the guy who died, what is his name? Michael B. Jordan? That's the new Black Panther, right? It's weird. I'm very confused about all of this. But with the design of this soap, I wanted to go, black for T'Challa's suit. And Shuri had worn this really awesome orange dress in a scene when she's in her awesome tech lab, just, being a badass. And I loved that dress. And so I wanted to put both of those colors together, but I also wanted to make sure to get the claw necklace in it, because that's, the necklace that Black Panther wears, and it like materializes his suit, and Shuri like designed that, which is awesome. And so I wanted to put that on every bar too. So that's what all those little spiky claw looking things are, the silver things up in the upper left. And we will be working with a slab mold, but playing with a design that I really wanted to come back to after the Amy Warden Soap Challenge thing. So back when I was doing the Amy Warden Soap Challenge thing, this wasn't actually a challenge, doing these divided layers, but I used a technique that I had seen. Oh, great. Cool. Yeah, I'm a disaster. Every other, and somehow I can't manage that. Yep, love that. But I'd used a technique that I saw either from Capiamera or Tremery. I forget which. But she had done this beautiful divided, thing. And I tried to do it for the Alice in Wonderland bar. But the wintergreen thing that I was using from whatever company I was using for that month, it accelerated and riced like a mother. It got so thick so fast. So I was bummed that I didn't get to get a really good swirl out of it. So I decided to try it again for this one. So that was the reasoning for all of that with the Tachuri bar. God, I love the Black Panther arc so much. Like, Wakanda was so amazing, and the Black Panther was awesome. T'Challa was awesome. Shuri was awesome. All of their tech, like, Wakanda is just such a cool ass place, and it's just I really, really enjoyed that arc for sure, and was very fascinated with how Wakanda sort of came to be this big, like, tech and wealth superpower, right? They have better tech than Tony Stark, like, by an order of magnitude. You know what I mean? And it all comes down to, vibranium, right? And they have some sort of vibranium component in every single piece of tech that they make. I think that's what that is. But then I started thinking, I'm like, but how does that make you so much more advanced? Like, granted, this is a badass metal for sure, but how does that make you so much more advanced than literally every other country in the whole entire world? And then I got to thinking about it, and they had mentioned in one of the Black Panther, movies or one of the movies that Black Panther was in, that they don't like trade. They don't do like arms trading with anyone. And so they're kind of not in the global commerce sphere, right? And so I started thinking, well, maybe that's why they are so advanced, because essentially you're very insular, right? They're a very insular community. And so therefore they just have all of this time on their hands to just build their community, their structure, them up to, you know, big, awesome, really advanced and, you know, amazing kind of ways. And so just making money hand over fist. And I think I remember reading somewhere that vibranium, when they do sell it, they very rarely do sell it, but when they do, it's like way expensive. It's several $1,000s more than like gold, you know? So when they do sell it, you're going to make a bunch of money. So there's that. But I loved everything about their like system and structure. I totally wanted to be there hanging out with Shuri in her tech lab and just looking at all the cool things that they created. It was delightful. For a little geek like me, that was my favorite for sure. And so that's why I kept this bar for the very last, because the Black Panther arc is my favorite, and T'Challa and Shuri were both amazing, and I loved them so much. So that's it. And so for these claws, I just made them out of soap dough and then coated them in a sparkly gray, you know, mica, a silvery gray mica. And because it's soap dough, there's no problem whatsoever taking and putting this into the oven for C-pop and gel and all of the things. And we will be doing that, you know, once I get all of these on. Kind of a time-consuming process, getting them all into, you know, the soap. But it was very enjoyable because with every little placement, I was just excited. Like, look, this is coming together the way that I wanted it to. And I went ahead and I drew lines from one side of the mold to the other to give me the guideposts for where I needed to place all of the different pieces of the claw, you know, so I could cut the bars right. So there's a nice tip. If you forget to actually measure out on your slab, you can just use a skewer and draw those lines in where it's all going to go, you know. Now, I mean, I didn't do it just now. You know what I mean. I'm making this more complicated than it has to be. Those lines are there because I'm going to use them as my cut lines. And yeah, we are going to put this into the oven for C-pop and gel, and I cannot wait to see what this looks like in the cut. Now on to the cut, and wow, that orange did not do its thing. That orange lightened up a lot, and I was using, what was it, like the jack-o'-lantern or the pumpkin head or whatever from Mad Micah's. Ooh, the back of that is cool. That's pretty. Kind of looks like claw marks too, right? I think so. I like that. I'm bummed that the orange didn't really survive, though. That's totally a bummer. I didn't see that the sun shower had any vanillin in it, but again, it wouldn't have lightened it. It would have started turning it brown usually. So that's interesting, but that's okay. I still think the bars are gorgeous, so it all works out. We definitely have some greening going on. Now, when you were dealing with the mahogany coconut, in my memory, does have vanillin in it. And so when you are dealing with something with vanillin that's going to discolor, especially when you are working with activated charcoal, the initial bars will have a green tinge to them. But that does not mean that that's what it will be after saponification. So as they continue to cure and, you know, lose their water weight or whatever, a lot of times I have found that greening goes away and the darker color stabilizes. So take that for what it is, for sure. What this is a whole bunch of really pretty bars. And I know I was like, oh, I can't wait for the cut or whatever earlier. But with all the different details, with these different little, you know, swirly swirls that I did, every single one of these bars were going to look a little bit different than what you necessarily see in slab form. And plus, just looking at the individual bars, even though you've seen the entire slab and you have a reasonable idea of what they're all going to look like, it's still fun for me. I still super enjoy it. And, you know, I love these so much. I'm so excited and sad to be done with the Marvel inspired line, but we're not actually done. This was just the mashup section, right? Because there are so many things that we can do with the Marvel stuff. And what was that hand motion? Why was I all like, yeah, whatever? Those are awesome bars. past Mrs. Soap and Clay. The hell is the matter with you? Why did I do that? That was... For some reason, I decided that that wasn't exactly what I wanted, but I think that that is beautiful. Now, as I'm looking at it, no idea what's wrong with me. I must have been in a mood. Sometimes that happens, but I do. I love it. I love the necklace. I love the claw necklace, and mixing T'Challa and Shuri in this way. The sibling bar. Oh, God, it's so sad. So sad. Whatever. That one only has 6 points on it because I didn't make enough of the... There has to be something that's wrong 100% of the time. But these are great. And the smell with all of these, really, really beautiful. I feel like this is a really awesome way to end the Marvel soaps. And that means that they're all almost ready for purchase. That is day 59. Do you see why I saved that one for the last, for the ones that I made? It's just like the Soap Apprentices from yesterday. In a slab form, you can do so many cool things. Even though you think, oh, well, what's the fun? The fun is the making. Sometimes, yeah, the fun is the cutting, but also the actual making, and you can see everything be created in real time, so there's no guesswork. Delightful. And I love these bars so much. The scent blend together was absolutely delightful. All in all, 20 cents from Flaming Candle, and I think only one of them gave us problems, and that was the Juniper one, I think, from Nebula. Yeah, I think that's right. And all the rest of them, wonderful. So I highly recommend using Flaming Candle. Really great price points, very comparable to like Nature's Garden. So that's awesome. It was fast shipping. It was all the jazz. So yeah, definitely, if you're in the market for another, scent company, check out Flaming Candle. If you are interested in any of the Marvel-inspired soaps, including the T'Churi, you can't get it yet. I'm so sorry. You have to wait 2 more days because we have one more video. And it's an awesome one. It was a great idea. I loved it. The Soap Apprentice rolled with it, and it's amazing. So you'll get to see that in 2 days. If you're interested in seeing that in 2 days, subscribe to the channel. Do the thing. Pretty please. I would love that forever. For those of you who have done the thing, hey, I love you forever. I am so glad that you were here to interact with and do all the things with in the live for the scent tests and then all of the bars for the Marvel inspired series, with me. And that was so much fun. Yes, for sure. So thank you for being a Sudzer and for being subscribed and for joining me for another day of 365 days of soap. I'm out of here for 2 days, but I'll see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of soapy fun. Bye.